So here we are with Precision Series Sarge. If you guys don't know, I conducted a poll when I reviewed Precision Series Mattel on what single would you like me to review next. Of course, the options were Sheriff and Sarge. Most of you guys voted for Sheriff, and that's why I reviewed him the other day. And so today we'll be reviewing Sarge, since he got the least amount of votes. Sorry, Sarge, but don't worry, we're all still looking forward to seeing what you have to offer inside that acrylic case. So, you guys know the drill by now. I got this guy off Amazon for $12, or if you want to be specific, $11.99 Prime. Last time I checked, some of them, I believe like 5, were still in stock. I'm not sure if any are in stock at this very moment because it varies on what time you're watching this video, but there's a pretty good chance that it might be in stock, and if it is, I would recommend ordering him and Sheriff. If you'd like to see my review of the Precision Series Sheriff, you can check out the link to the review in the description below because there are only one of each of those in the case, whereas there are 2 of Mater and Lightning McQueen. So, without any further ado, let's get on with the review here of the single of Precision Series Sarge. So, if you guys don't know, I'm sure you guys are aware, but for those of you who aren't, his building is the Surplus Hut, and it hasn't been released yet. I have a custom from Got Frank. As you can see, it's very, very accurate to the movie. Very well built. I don't have any of the landscape around it, but I do have the building. And the Precision Series building, actually released by Mattel, should be coming out soon. I predict beginning of 2017 or late 2016. We really have no clue on what's next at this point. We only knew that these singles were coming, and then after these, we have no idea what's coming next. So it really could be anything. So looking at the package here, we can see your typical acrylic case with the license plate, Sarge, and if you do live somewhere else besides the United States, there will be multiple languages there. I believe Sargento and just some other languages of Sarge, or pronunciations, whatever. And we have Cars Precision on the top. Same thing on the sides here, just, your typical packaging. But on the back, we do have some information regarding Sarge. Sarge, 1942, World War II, Willys Army Jeep. Of course, that is his model. 4-cylinder, Go Devil engine, and tough all-wheel drive chassis. And below, we have a nice picture of Sarge. It's actually not the same picture that they used for his original release and most of his releases nowadays. I believe this image was on his first release in the Cars 2 line when he had the 95 logo on his side, so that's pretty interesting. And of course, behind him, we have Main Street radiator springs lit up at night, and it does state that this is for adult collectors, but like I've said before, it doesn't restrict this item to only adults. I am not technically an adult yet, but I'm still buying them. So on the back here, or on the bottom I should say, we just have some legal information not relevant to this review. So I will be right back with this awesome diecast opened up. So just like with Sheriff, he does have a small rubber band going around him to keep the hood open so you can't close it. Not completely, that is. So you just kind of want to remove that. It's pretty easy to remove. You just kind of got to stretch it around and get it off. I had a little bit of trouble getting this off Sheriff, and you guys saw that if you watched through the entire review of my Precision Series Sheriff. Some of you guys got a little laugh out. Let's check out this wonderful license plate keychain. Obviously, the number reads 41 WW2, which stands for the year 1941 and World War II. That is the year that Sarge served in World War II. Above the number, it says Carburetor County, and below it, it says veteran, obviously because he is a veteran from serving in World War II. Now, just a little interesting note is that on some of the other license plates that have come with the Precision Series singles, usually it says Carburetor on top and then County on the bottom, but since they needed to add veteran, they just put the entire phrase of Carburetor County on top, so just something to note. And his registration information is on the top left and right, March of 1942. Pretty interesting. I don't know much about license plates like I've said before, so I'm just showing you guys what is on the plate here, and you can interpret it the way you want because I don't really know much information. So on the back here, we have some more information that kind of restates what was on the back of his package, but I'll read it again. 1942 World War II Willys Army Jeep, L head, flat head, 134.2 cubic inch inline 4-cylinder Go Devil engine making 60 horsepower, and last but not least, T84 3-speed manual transmissions. I'm very happy to see that they changed up the picture of Sarge on the license plate here. The picture used on the back of the package is actually a little bit different pose. This one here is the more common one that you see on the 2016 release of your basic Sarge and even the 2006 release of Sarge as well. So very, very nice. Now, I would not put this on your keychain because it's very, very nice, but it might get chipped up. So I would just display it with Sarge here. Now, let's take a look at him himself. He does have his sleepy expression on, and that's really the only thing that I don't really care for about him. And I'll compare him to a few more Sarges here. We have basically your typical Sarge from 2016, 2015, and very, very similar to the one in 2006 as well. It's much more of a determined expression, a lot more focused and dedicated, I guess you could say, whereas the one on the Precision Series Sarge is a lot more similar to the Race Team Sarge, as you can see, Team 95. Okay, Sarge, I know you've had a rough week, so please just get some sleep, man. You look terribly tired. I mean, come on, guys. You cannot argue the fact that this Sarge with this expression looks really, really tired, at least compared to your regular determined Sarge. I mean, there is an entire difference. Determined versus Sleepy Sarge. I mean, if I were the head of Mattel, I would make it a point to name the Sarge the I'm ready for a nap Sarge, because look at him. He looks like he's stumbling around because he is just so tired from working at the surplus hut. But that's just my opinion. I really do not like that expression. Here's another one. This is actually just a typical Sarge. He looks a little less tired. I feel like we go from being determined to a little tired to super tired. I mean, we have the stages of Sarge here. So just let me know what you guys think about that. But the main point that I'm trying to get across here is that I just wish that Mattel used this expression on the Precision Series version. That's all I'm really trying to say here. But completely disregarding the expression now that I've gotten it off my chest, let's take a look at his opening hood feature. It actually kind of clamps up so you don't have to hold it up, which is very, very nice. Good for recording. You can check out all of the detail in there. A little bit of color over on our left here. Very, very nice, although pretty small, at least compared to Sheriff. I mean, he had a huge engine there. And the one thing I don't like about Sheriff, I mean, it does hold, but I mean, you can kind of see it's just a little loose. Not as firm and controllable as Sarge's hood here. I mean, you can obviously see how firm it is and strong holding it up there, which is very, very nice. We do have his typical details of having the white star on the hood, the code 984673 on the base. We have a date stamp and just a lot of other information that Mattel is trying to cram on there. We do have Jeep up here, which is pretty mandatory because he is a spot-on resemblance of a 1942 Willys Army Jeep. On the side here, we do have the Army logo, whatever you'd like to call it, symbol. And actually, one thing that I really, really love about Sarge here is that his vinyl top is actually textured, or whatever you want to call it. Again, I am not too familiar with actual real-life car terms. I am an expert on Disney cars, but that's as far as it goes. Once you drop Disney from that phrase, I know basically nothing. But it is textured. You can see that pretty clearly on the camera there. Much, much better than your typical Sarge, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm really glad that they did that. And it's just a nice detail to add to the Precision Series Sarge. I do wish that there was some sort of retractable antenna that we saw right here. See how he has an antenna right there? That's one thing that Sarge has never had besides the saluting Sarge, and that antenna was just really, really big and bulky. I didn't really feel like it represented his antenna properly, so I feel like maybe he could have had a retractable antenna, but maybe when he gets released with his setback there, he'll have a new feature, because we know that it's probably not going to be the same. It might have working lights. I mean, that's the most likely scenario, but we can hope, right? And on the back here, his license plate reads WW2, and of course before that is 41. I don't know why I started with WW2. Looks like the colors don't really match. His plate on the actual card there looks to be black, whereas the one that is in the keychain, it's obviously green. An army green. Now, one thing that I've always wanted to see with Sarge here is that the spare tire rim, the rim of the spare tire got painted, and it finally did. I am so proud of Mattel. I always hated that the rim was just the same color as the tire, so good job, Mattel. And that tire is actually rubber. Yeah, it is rubber as well. Congratulations, Mattel. You did a fantastic job with this one. As you always do with the Precision Series for the most part. There are just a few disappointments now and then, but you know, overall, I am pleased with this entire series. I really do hope that Mattel completes it with all of the buildings, at least the main ones. I'm not too concerned with the abandoned buildings, although they would be nice additions. I just feel like it's Mattel's priority to release all of your main buildings and all of the main characters. I mean, I don't really need Chick Hicks or World Grand Prix McQueen or anybody like that. I just want the Radiator Springs Townies. So that's all for my review of the Precision Series Sarge. Let me know in the comment section below, out of these three, which one is your favorite? Now, these are the three new Precision Series singles: Mater, Sheriff, and Sarge. And if you'd like to see my review of Sheriff and Sarge, the links will be down in the description below. Now, I reviewed Mater first without asking you guys your opinion, so we know that you guys, at least for the most part, like Sheriff over Sarge, but maybe like Mater over Sheriff. So I'm not really sure. Just let me know in the comment section below. It's not hard for me to decide this question at all. Sheriff, without a doubt, he just looks awesome. Chrome bumpers, antennas, transparent siren, just so many good things about him. Mater's cool that he can tow around himself, as demonstrated in my review of him, but I just feel like the towing apparatus is a little bit more for display. You can just watch me try to attach his hook to the antenna there, and that completely failed, but just imagine you didn't see that. And now I must address a more serious matter, so if you don't want to hear it, you can click off. So you may have noticed in some of my previous, most recent videos that there have been some audio blips where I've been talking and then like something cuts out, or I go like sheriff, and I have no control over that at all. I am talking into my phone, which is my camera, and there's no way of me to know until I watch the video and then I hear it, and it's like, really, why did that have to happen? And I'm sorry, I don't know why it's happening at all. I might have to call up Apple and be like, yo, why is this happening? But for now, we're just going to hope that it doesn't happen that often and it's not that noticeable. But I know some of you have said that it's not that noticeable. So thank you very much for understanding. And just, hold on. Maybe it'll get fixed. I really hope it does. Maybe it needs an update with the phone. I really don't know. So nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this review, and thank you very much for watching. I always appreciate your viewership. Sorry for the little word jumble right there. I have a lot on my plate at the moment, a lot of things going on in my life, a lot of unnecessary problems. That's a good way to describe it. But tomorrow, we'll be talking about a brand new singles case that Amazon actually delivered for me at 7:24 at night. It didn't come with the rest of the mail, which really concerned me. I was at dinner, I was like, come on, are you serious? Amazon, of course. Where are my cars? You didn't come through for me. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But I came home, 7:24, and there they were, a nice box just waiting for me. I was like, Amazon, it does say by 8 p.m., so, I should have waited, but that never usually happens. So, enough talking. This is the part of the video when I just ramble, and talk more about unnecessary stuff. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another review. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys then. Bye now.